Welcome to the 1UP Weekly Live. Yeah. Hey guys, what's going on?
You didn't even do the thing.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so today we have 3 topics we want to talk about. There's a lot of chatter going on the internet. I think it's really exciting. Ralph and I just basically thought it would be, what's the right word? It would be irresponsible of us not to go live and talk about this, right? Okay.
Completely irresponsible.
So a couple things. Of course, we have 3 subjects, right? So we're going to talk about the potential E3 leak. So keep in mind, there may be spoilers. If you don't want any spoilers for E3, we don't know if it's real or not, but, you know, leave if you don't want spoilers. Second thing, some of the content that we're going to be talking about today is from Toycade. We have a link in the description to his channel. Now, we want you to do something. If you like the content here and you like the conversation and everything, make sure you visit Toycade, give him a like, go to the comment section and say, sent here from 1UP Weekly. Show him some love and let him know what brought you to his channel. Subscribe here, subscribe there, subscribe everywhere, right?
You done yet?
Okay, Ralph. I finished my disclaimers. Also, we have members, and you should totally join and give us money because Ralph can't afford his boat. Go ahead, Ralph. What? I'm sorry, what?
Justin is on a mission to make me out to be this complete jerk. I don't even have a boat. First of all,
we had to wait until we got 50 likes before we could go live, and then
again,
finally we
fabricated by Justin.
Joking, everybody. I'm joking.
Okay, let's get to the show, please.
Okay. See, I love it. I love doing that because he's like, then he gets irritated. Okay, anyway. So what are we talking about first? Let's talk about Big Blue, right?
Yeah, I think we should. So maybe we should do a quick, just brief history of Big Blue first, and then we'll go into Big Blue. Because Justin seems to think Justin's expectations are a lot higher than mine were, obviously.
Yeah, when I hear Big Blue, I think I hear different things than you.
Yeah, so if you cruise over to the Arcade Museum, this topic has been covered at nauseum because there are several cabinets that kind of look a little bit like Big Blue, but aren't exactly the Big Blue cabinet that we're talking about here. So the first edition of the Big Blue is actually what Arcade1up is modeling their... Well, okay, we're assuming that it's real, but this is what Arcade1up is modeling their cabinet after. Mm-hmm. So take like a mental snapshot of what that looks like because, you know, I'm sure if you've even been on the internet for 15 seconds today and you cover home arcade, then you've already seen this anyway. Mm-hmm. But this is the cabinet that it's modeled after. So just kind of take that mental snapshot. Now, there were other Street Fighter 2 cabinets that were, you know, like this, big cabinets like this, like the ones that supported the Q sound technology, but this didn't typically have Street Fighter 2 in it. It was usually X-Men versus Street Fighter or something like that. Mm-hmm. So this is like this one actually, it's kind of funny because it almost looks like the one they're providing is a little bit more like this, like the way it's elongated at the top. If you look, mm-hmm. right, mm-hmm. I don't know, maybe I'm seeing things, but it seems like that's a little bit more elongated on the top. And then you have sort of this model. This is my least favorite one, but you would typically see Marvel versus Capcom 2 in a cabinet like this. I don't really like this one at all, to be honest, but this is one of the ones that I didn't think we'd be getting this because right. Justin and I were talking about how John had never said they were doing a Big Blue, but he had made references to his desire to maybe do a Big Blue cabinet at some point, but he didn't say what model, what revision, you know, what exactly he was looking to do. But it looks like what at least this render is it's along the lines of the first revision, first edition Big Blue cabinet. So there's just a quick 2-second history lesson. But what did we get? What was out there?
Yeah, so this is the video for Toycade. Again, we have the link in the description in here. You know what's really cool? He's getting a lot of views here, but he needs more likes. So everyone make sure you go over there and hit that like button. What he's doing over there is really, really cool. And like I said before, in the comments, say you came here from 1UP Weekly, so let him know how you just, you know, if you hadn't seen his content before, let him know. But maybe you've seen this video already. This is the shape of the cabinet that has been, I guess leaked is the right word to talk about. Like it has not been officially announced from Arcade1up. Take it all with a grain of salt, and I think a lot of people have been talking about that today, saying like, I remember David McIntosh always saying that. It's like you may see, people. What did he say? If you come across any content, it's not real unless it's released, unless it's officially announced, and even to the point of like, you know, you would even say until it's available for purchase. Yeah, Don saying I commissioned the leak. No, I didn't do that. No, that's funny though. That's funny. But here's the thing.
That's awesome. Now I could jump on that. Yeah, clearly the guy who's doing all the artwork on the side with Mason, yeah, that guy, he did this.
No.
He did this.
No. But
No, he
here's
didn't.
the thing, and I definitely don't want, I'm not discrediting Toycade and his ability to sleuth and be able to find things. I want to say that it's possible, it's kind of like what I'm hoping, that what we are seeing here is an early rendition of one of the variations they had considered. The reason why I say that is it doesn't have a coin door. And it looks very plain. And I showed it to my daughter, and we were kind of zooming in, looking at it. And I think I was leading this conversation, so she just agreed with whatever I was saying. But there's a crease. Have you seen it, Ralph? There's like this crease where, because
at the top.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so the cabinet's really tall, right?
Yeah.
Let me pull it up again.
I mean, Justin, let's be quite frank here, okay? We had an opportunity to get a behind the scenes look that I don't think we'll get probably again, right? I think that was kind of whatever the circumstances were, we got a chance to see sort of, I use the term how the sausage is made, but people made fun of that. We got a chance to see behind the curtain, I think, at some of the early artist like renditions of some of the other cabinets that are available now. And there was some that looked like almost nothing like they ended up looking like when they were released. Like so many things were changed of it. So, I mean, I think you have to approach this the same way. Mm-hmm. Like clearly there's like a big indent at the top that isn't going to be there, I wouldn't think.
What are you talking about?
If you pull it up, there's like this big indent.
Well, first of all, this picture is photoshopped, right? Hold on. Let me clarify. Like almost every picture, Arcade1up has two sets of pictures that they release. They have pictures of an artist rendition. They do 3D modeling, and they get the angle just right, and they basically turn it into a PNG, and a lot of their website is that. Like that gameplay right there. Right. The gameplay on none of their pictures are actually real live gameplay. But there's a second type of picture that they do. They actually take they take the arcade and put it in a photo studio. And there's been pictures out there before where they show, them in a photo studio, and it's like a white background or whatever, and they actually have, it's when like people are playing and stuff like that. But sometimes they do the cabinet by itself. And even then, like the unit's off, like turned off, and it's just a black screen, and then they Photoshop in the gameplay, right? The game picture.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is this is clearly a photo rendition. So the question is, was it made by Arcade1up? Is it their final design and is it a design even for E3? I think there's like those are the questions. So it may not even be something that they release at E3. This may not even be what they end up releasing. Or this is it. This is totally it. This is the big blue that John was talking about 100%. I don't know. So let me remind you, Ralph, real quick. Let me remind you.
You just threw the biggest disclaimer that, like, I mean, it's you got to look at all of these this way. Unless it was confirmed by anyone at Arcade1up.
The only thing confirmed is the Babycade.
Well, yeah, okay, Scott. Yeah, because Scott himself confirmed it. So
actually, the Babycade's gonna be lit, dude. It's got like coin doors and there's keys.
Right, okay, whatever.
The little kid can open it up and put stuff inside there. Oh my god, the kid can learn. It's educational. Anyway, so
okay,
this Street Fighter cabinet. Here's what I'm thinking. Do you remember CES 2020?
Of course.
Do you remember the leaks before it?
Yeah, and a lot of those things were not true. They were nonsense.
Here's what I'm afraid of. I kind of like that the control panel is slanted here. Are we going to get this, but the control panel's flat?
Yeah, but how many cabinets have we seen the actual picture beforehand and the picture that we get is different? Case in point, to you, what you're saying, Pac-Man. How many of the Pac-Mans had slants and then they didn't have slants when they came out? So that doesn't really mean anything.
But here's what I'm hoping. What I'm actually hoping is when they do announce it, it's better than this one. It's got a slanted control panel, maybe a little wider, and the screen's more slanted.
Well, I mean, that's not even the right control panel, though. Like, that's not actually... This is the closest I've ever seen them try to be almost exact to an original cabinet. There's obviously some things like the angle...
Can you show me your screen?
Yeah, like the angle that they have below the control panel is actually pretty damn close. But like that's the whole thing with them is like they never go all the way. Like this would not be hard to do. 99 Lives, his whole business is selling control panels like this. This wouldn't be that hard for them to do.
Yeah.
He has a business to do this. I mean, if they don't do it, he's going to make tons of money on everyone that buys this and is bummed that the control panel doesn't look like the original.
I do like that the photo shows the control panels on top on the leak. So
I mean, at least that's fixed. But like you said, we don't know. We also don't know how old this may or may not be. Like, we don't know where it's from. We don't know if it's old or new. You know,
right?
It does have one interesting
There's no carpet that we can look at and be like, what hotel was this pictured from? But here, I'm going to say this. I think Ralph and I, we haven't.
I'm surprised you're not mentioning the one thing that I find very fascinating about this picture. Go back to your picture. I find something super fascinating about the picture. Go back to yours. Here, I'll stop share.
Here we go.
Okay, zoom in. Can you zoom in on the side?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, you can't? All right, okay, well, whatever. We'll leave it. The thing I find fascinating about the picture is the like, that looks a lot, and I know it's looks can be deceiving in an artist, version of a picture like this, but there's that extra weird panel, and it looks like they've done that to make it look taller, but that seems like a weird thing. That would be a weird thing for an artist.
This extra part here?
Yeah, that would be a weird thing for an artist to put in there, unless that was legit. You know what I mean? Like, no cabinets have that. That'd be weird.
Or this is a design model, and they overemphasize
where
that part of it.
Yeah, because
they could clearly state in a meeting, this is what we're thinking of doing. This is how we can make it taller. And people are like, you mean that block down at the bottom? I'm like, yeah. What do you guys think? Like, you're going to have some extra screws, and they overemphasize all that.
The next picture would be like more the architectural, like that the wood goes all the way through to reinforce it or something, right?
Now, here's the other thing that makes me think it's real. If you look at Toycade's video, it has dark scrim at the bottom. It's like a white background, and then see how it's kind of hard to tell in this screen,
yeah,
but it's got
this
opacity low, transparent. They do that on a lot of their pictures officially. It's kind of like something their artist does on a lot of those pictures. It kind of fits it.
Well, everyone's saying we're having stream issues, by the way.
Oh, our stream sucks? Well, yeah. Maybe they're just saying that our stream sucks. That makes sense. Sometimes
no, like they're saying the stream is buffering. So
well, that sucks.
I don't know why, but
all right. Okay, so here's what I'd like to do at this point, though. I'm going to state this very clearly. I'm neutral on this. I don't know. I literally don't know. I don't know if it's real or not. But I would like to engage the audience and ask them. So I put together this poll. Type in F if you think this leak is fake. And again, that's not to say to discredit Toycade or anything his work. What I'm saying is, yeah, it's a picture, but it's not. We're not going to get this. Type R if you think it's real. Like, yeah, it's a real leak. It's an E3 leak, and you think it's real. And type in L if you're a loser. No, I mean, type in L if you think the release is going to be later. Like, this is an early design. I don't know why I come up with these letters all weird, but whatever. So F if it's fake, R if you think it's real, and L if you think it's an early design. And of course, it's great because I messed up again. I thought I fixed
this. Start over.
I just got it.
It's
no, it's fine.
Will it actually do it?
Yeah, it'll do it. I thought I pushed the code change that made it where I didn't. Anyway, it's counting it now.
Wow, this is like.
Case doesn't really matter for the poll. I guess it just does for me entering it in.
Wow, the people are like really split 50-50 on whether it's real or fake. It's pretty close. Well, yeah. I mean, then there's the other category, so it's not really 50-50, but you know what I'm saying. Huh.
Yeah, so let's. Hey, Janine, yeah, we're gonna start focusing on the chat right now. We were kind of just in our own little world right now. So what's going on, guys? What do you guys think about this? Obviously, we're seeing what your thoughts are overall, but if you want to put on your, type in a sentence and let us read what you have to say. It kind of feels weird. I almost feel like sometime we need to like do like a Discord audio where we can literally hear some people to hear
How
what
would
their
a
thoughts are.
Discord
you know?
audio work with like 172 people? How does that work?
It would just sound like you're at a party with 170 people. I don't know. Anyway,
That would be crazy. I don't get what's going on. Are you having bad internet problems at your house or something?
no,
Because
I'm
like,
good.
well, then it must be hosted somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because there's multiple people saying they're having problems with the stream, but yet there's 181 people, so I don't know.
So,
Anyway.
so Aturl says it looks nice, but the control panel needs to be changed. Some people are talking about does it have Wi-Fi? I mean, according to the picture, there's an extra button in the top right-hand corner that says live, and so it looks like, at least in this mock-up, you know, it's a Wi-Fi enabled, and then maybe you could play Street Fighter against other people. And Stringer's like, it's getting worse. And then Dub is like, no, there's no buffering issues here. Let's see. Complete Geek TV. I hope you're right, Justin, because I certainly like the idea and I want to buy it, but I hope it's even better. Yeah, what I was expecting from what John was saying. I thought it was going to be like a 20-inch screen. It's going to be wider. And going taller now looks like it's disproportionate, right? Like, it looks like it's a skinny, tall cab now. You know?
Yeah. I mean,
like what Ralph wishes he looked like, you know?
I mean, I would probably say that if they were really going to do it and go all the way, it should probably be a bit wider and it'd be the same height that it looks. We don't know what the height dimensions are, but it would need to be wider to get two people to be comfortably. I mean, people don't really complain anymore about 2-player 1-ups, but I think when you get two bigger dudes, it can be pretty tight.
Yeah, aren't their control panels are about 20 inches
Yeah,
across?
it's like 20 inches or 19.
I was thinking maybe it jumped
exactly
to like 25 or something with this newer, and it looks like it's the same. I don't know. Maybe it's great. Maybe it's just a picture. All we have is one picture, and maybe in person, like, think about it, like the Tempest cabinet. It looked pretty good in pictures. But now I'm starting to see pictures of all these. I don't own one yet, but I see pictures of all these different angles, and it's looking pretty good. And a lot of people say they like it. So once you get
yeah. I mean, I don't know. What would you, knowing if that was the real one and that was the official released one, what would you change? So you said you'd make it wider.
It's hard to say because, like, you know, me just saying,
stuff to say.
It's
kind of
like
and say what would you want it to look like?
Well, it's like the legacy cab. You're like, oh, you know, make the marquee, you know, make the screens sit back and make the marquee more forward. You're like, oh, that sounds great on paper, but then you have line of sight issues. So okay. Anyway, what I would want was, I'd be willing to pay more, $600, maybe $700, and it was somewhere in between maybe closer to the size of Legends Ultimate, but maybe the control panel is taller. And maybe
the control panel on Legends Ultimate's actually lower than an
Right.
Arcade1up control panel.
Yeah, take roughly the size of a Legends Ultimate, but make it like, imagine the size of the Legends Ultimate, but it actually looks and has the shape of a Big Blue. And the control deck is taller. But maybe the control deck isn't technically taller, it's just leaned. And so the bottom of the control deck is maybe about the same, or maybe a couple inches taller than the Legends. Yeah.
But why would you put a 20? If you put the bigger screen, would you just bezel it off so you still keep 4:3 aspect ratio? You're just saying you'd want the bigger screen to get more real estate, and then you bezel it off.
Well, if I could make wishes, it would be, you know, give me a 20 or 22-inch screen, but it's 4:3 screen.
Yeah, but you'd have to bezel it off because there is no 4:3 screen
No,
that big.
but, you know, in my wildest fantasies, there is.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't ask you that.
They exist. They created them before, you know, early 2000s. You would go buy a larger screen, and it was either a 4:3 or a 5:4. So it's possible.
So here's the thing. I think that what I'm really more interested in over everything out of all of this is what games are going to be on it. I'm actually more interested in, if you're going to give me Wi-Fi and you're going to give me games, what versions of Street Fighter are you going to give me? Or is it going to be the same Street Fighter games as the original Street Fighter cab, except now it's with Wi-Fi and the cabinet's taller? Because I feel like when you're getting more cabinet, right? Like, I would probably see. I'm probably the wrong person to ask because I'm such a Street Fighter fan that if you told me that you gave me a cabinet that looked like that and with Wi-Fi, I'd be super happy if it just had like World Warrior and Champion Edition. I'd actually be fine with that, or maybe like Hyper Fighting. I'd be fine with that. But I think people are gonna want more games. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be really weird. It's gonna be really weird for if they say, yeah, it only has 2-3 games on it. So I don't care what Arcade1up thinks, but the community is going to be like, what the heck? You came out with a 12-1 for Street Fighter, and all of a sudden now you got a 3-1? Like,
but see, I don't follow that mindset. I think that we're crazy. Like all of us in the community are nutsy cuckoo, and we think we need to own all of them. And I do agree with you. Your talk track around Arcade1up has created a collector mentality.
right.
But I don't think that we should be buying all. Like, we need to be smarter about our purchases and go, because John D did say, now keep in mind, Arcade1up didn't say, but John D said the legacy line was budget, cheaper, no Wi-Fi. He said that. The company didn't, though. So that's where they've messed up. The company should have been like, hey, look, this has no Wi-Fi. It's kind of no frills, but we're going to give you more games. We're even going to give you a light up marquee at a good price. So if you're not an Arcade1up customer, this is a good cabinet for you. If you don't, you know what I mean? But we kind of get baited a little bit because we're excited, and now there is going to be this other offering, and it will upset us, this community,
right?
Because we want to buy them all.
That's right.
That's the problem we're in.
I think absolutely. So let's keep the ball rolling on this. And so right now, hopefully you guys are watching on the replay. Maybe you're live. There's a handful of people on the live stream that says there's absolutely no problem with their live stream. There's other people that it says it's keep on dropping. So I think that let's just move forward, Ralph, because I think the content is going to be fine in the replay.
Yeah,
and then maybe people are not having issues right now. So I think we need to come back to the Arcade1up towards the end, but. The iiRcade, there's a couple things going on. iiRcade has a special
I'm unaware,
sale.
so educate me. I didn't know about the sale, but there's other stuff. So tell me. I want to know.
There's a sale that is while supply. Well, there's a sale till like what, June or something like that. It's $100, and it's $100 savings. So I have one, you have one, and it's getting to the point where if iiRcade continues in the way they're going, where they're lowering the cost of the product, I think they're trying to gain some more people purchasing it. So that's a good move. And they're releasing new games. And so the new game launch that they made this week is a whole bunch of Data East titles. So this is like, what is it? Burger Time. So Burger Time is a pretty big title for them to release. Now we have Burger Time on, you can get an Arcade1up with Burger Time, but they're out of stock now. That was like a limited edition, right? The Legends Ultimate has Burger Time on it. But now the iiRcade is something that you can get Burger Time on. It's an a la carte purchase, right? So, but it also has, like, let's say I'm reading the press release. It's Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja, Bloody Wolf, Boogie Wings, Death Star 2, Heavy Barrel, and Karate Champ player versus player. So this is a good thing that iiRcade continues to go in a good direction. And maybe it's... I'm gonna have to check these games out, and play some of them and see if it's getting to the point where it's ready for. I mean, they have like over 200 games that you can download it now, but they still don't have like those big AAA titles that we talked about. But announcing Burger Time, I mean, that's obviously a household title game that's going to excite a lot of people. And so I'm actually just really proud of John that he was able to get that license, and I hope he continues, going down that. What do you think, Ralph?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think the thing that we're all kind of impatient. I feel like we really don't give things enough time. I mean, think about it. He launched the product pretty quick. He got it out there pretty quick from when we first saw it at CS. He even redesigned the damn thing. Right. So like he did a lot. I mean, think about it. What we saw at E3 or CS is not this. You know what I mean? So he did a really good job making this a reality, hearing the feedback and all that. But I feel like it's easy to be optimistic about Zhang because his attitude's so good. He's super transparent, and he's kind of like, why wouldn't you want to work with him? So I feel like, I don't know, my confidence level keeps growing in that he's going to be able to get better and better titles. And the other thing too, actually, before the stream, believe it or not, I moved the iiRcade because I sold my Attack from Mars pinball today. So sorry, Arcade1up, but I played. What game was I playing? Actually, I was playing the jet ski game, which I've played like a million times on phones and tablets and all sorts of stuff. But I was like, man, certain games do translate in a little bit of ways to this system he's built. And he's made it powerful enough to play some of these Android games that kind of translate well to this cabinet. So you got that going for you. He's kind of got this like two-pronged approach. He's like, I'm going to like kind of make it interesting for the people that like more modern stuff. And I'm going to try my best to keep getting the retro titles. So
right.
And the price is high, but with the discount, it's starting to get more in line with, where someone would be comfortable with it if you consider the amount of money they spend on a 1UP or a At Games Legends Ultimate,
Well, see, that's the thing. Like Rainwater, he's saying they are cool, but doesn't everyone have Data East? Yeah, but iiRcade didn't have Data East to this point. And what what he's saying is true, but he hasn't had it up to this point. So I'm sure there's a lot of people that have iiRcade that are like, hell yeah, Data East games. Okay, sounds good. Let's do that. And what else does it mean behind that? Every single title that he gets, when he goes to the next publisher, he can say, yeah, I already have these publishers, right? And look, I worked for a startup cable company, and that's exactly what happened. When we got ESPN, when we got Disney, we literally went to every other content person that made content and said, yeah, we got Disney, we got ESPN. We went to TLC and we're like, can we get your network? Can we get, Discovery and all that? And once you start, there's just this domino effect in a positive way. The more you get, the easier it is to close the next deal. And then the easier it is for the company. The company is just, they know how to sign the contracts. They know how to get through all of that, right? So the fact that Zhang has gone this far with many different publishers proves that he's able to do that. So what's next? And that's exciting.
Yeah. And you have to remember too, I'm not trying to discredit Rainwater's comment. But I think also in our group, we're also like, oh yeah, we've seen that before. You know what I mean? But it's like, think about all the potential customers that Zhang's going to attract by saying, I have Burger Time, I have Bad Dudes. You know what I mean? We kind of, we're in, that's the thing. It's sometimes we have to take our in our little community hat off and go, if I'm the outside looking in, never seen any of these products before, because believe it or not, there's a ton of people that still don't own an Arcade1up, don't own an At Games, don't own this. So sometimes we have to take that hat off. It's easy to be blinded by our community, which I don't think is actually that big in the grand scheme of things. Mm-hmm. It's growing, but you know what I'm saying? And then I did want to mention this, Justin. I've been talking a lot to Gunther Vinson, who owns this, he runs this Uplay arcade store. Mm-hmm. And you know what's cool is this is really neat. And I think he has these for the At Games Legends Ultimate too.
Yeah.
It's an on the top of your system sort of restrictor gate so that you don't have to take your joystick out. And he's 3D molded it to look cool and everything. And it even has this is actually a wicked good idea.
Really good.
Yeah, because you think about it. I know you can go buy it ones that are mechanical and everything, but this is super easy to do. You slap it on, you play your game. Now, I haven't tested it, so I don't know that it works real well, but I haven't heard anybody complaining that's either evaluated these things. But I'm planning on picking a pair of these up because it'd be cool to, try out Burger Time the right way, because Burger Time will give you issues with the diagonals.
Sure.
Now, your defense to that when you're playing is you just move in really pronounced motions and try your best not to go to angles, and usually you can play it fine. But this is really cool. I think that's pretty neat. Definitely go check out. It's uplayarcade.com, and Gunther's a really cool dude. And he even runs the competition side of iiRcade. Like they do these gaming competitions and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of cool.
So one last thing, going back to the iiRcade that I want to say, he's got the discount for the save $100. And you know what is missing? And I don't know, maybe Jong, if you're listening, I don't know if you watch our show, but why don't you do some bundled discounts? Think about I don't know, there's this thing with FX3. I've heard you say it all the time, Ralph. We're FX3 games, they're kind of expensive on Steam, but there's discounts all the time.
And you can get them super cheap if you just look out for it. It's crazy. What
if Jong started weaving that in? Every now and then he's like, hey, the entire Data East this weekend, 50% off, or or 20%
Yeah.
off, and then
Dude, and it builds hype, right? It builds hype. And I know there's going to be certain people that might get upset from time to time, but it's business, right? I mean, Jong needs to make money. But the thing is, like, I would do that. If he's like, hey, look, there's a holiday special coming up for all you Data East fans, I would do it. I'd be like, heck yeah.
And maybe parts and amends the contract with the publisher and say, hey, while we're doing this marketing campaign, there's this, whatever exchange on the marketing.
Yeah,
that would be really cool. And that would, because a lot of people are kind of sticker shock on the cabinet itself, which it is a very premium cabinet, and it's capable of running some pretty hot games. If you get some from stronger games, then the lure is gonna be there for a lot of people. So there's one last topic that we want to talk about.
So you know, Justin, real quick, I just wanted to give everyone an update. Those of you that are watching the stream right now, I did check Down Detector. Someone told me to. There is a major outage in certain areas and regions for YouTube right now. So unfortunately, if you're watching right now and having a problem, you'll have to just watch it in replay if you're in that region that's affected. So,
yeah. Cool. So Technobilly says, I think what he said is if I didn't have 46 other ways to play Burger Time, and if I loved the hardware but needed something original or extremely nostalgic exclusive to buy, that would be for me. And I just totally butchered everything that he was trying to say. What he said verbatim was, I didn't have 46 other ways to play Burger Time, ... I love the hardware, but need something original.
Let's give Technobilly a plug really quick, too. So Technobilly has his own YouTube channel. And as a matter of fact, last night I was watching his YouTube channel, and you know what he has? You know what he did a review on?
What did he do?
He did a review on that Polaroid thing that Arcade1up came out with.
Oh, yeah. I always thought that thing was handheld, but it's
freaking huge. Right. I was like, what the hell? When he's doing the review, I'm like, holy crap. But you know what was really disappointing about, not about the review, but about the product? And maybe it didn't translate well through the video, but it didn't seem like the camera quality was really all that good on that Polaroid thing. So it was a little disappointing. I was like, man, I don't know. I'm sure he paid his own money for that thing. It seemed pretty expensive. So anyways, I enjoyed your review. I watched it, but I was watching it on my TV, so I couldn't really comment, but it was good. So cool.
Yeah. So the one last thing that we're going to talk about is Arcade1up has been hacked. What? Ralph, tell me all about it, because you got the connection to the hacker. I don't have the connection. Well, you got to tell me about it. What's going on? So he soft mods. It's like a dual boot. It's basically it's Unico doing it, right? It's Unico. That's what it is.
No, it's just an individual that honestly I don't want to share too much because he might not want all of his information out there. But
it's the Hilo hack. I got it.
No, he basically figured out how to hack the stock PCB. And he was started with Buck Hunter, and honestly, when I was talking to him, it was really about, he's like, look, I was kind of bored and I knew that I could, so I tried and I did. And he goes, it was kind of cool. So then I kept going and I was like, can I do this? Can I do that? But what he's doing is kind of genius, because he's leveraging drivers and software that's already there,
right?
To then add additional games, but he needs to leverage the software that's there, because you need a way to load the Sinden software. Otherwise it doesn't work, right? You need the gun technology is Sinden. So he's got a whole bunch of things working. He's even got external devices working. He's got a pedal for Time Crisis working. So I guess why it's interesting is it's proof that these games could run on that hardware, so they could do other games like that. Time Crisis, the first one. He's got other things running that we'll probably never see, like Duck Hunt, right? But not super intensive games, but
I don't know. That's what John was saying, because I think it was something like that's running an H5, an all-winner H5, and it's a pretty high-end processor compared to all the other Arcade1up cabinets that are out there. So if you're going to hack a cabinet to be able to sideload games, that's the one to do. And it has Sinden, but I think the concept of it, if I understand his hack correctly, while you flip it into the recovery mode, if you will, or firmware update mode.
Yep.
And when it's in that mode, he's able to, over USB, just a thumb drive, right? It's just a thumb drive.
It's not altering any of the system board at all. It's actually just leveraging packages that are already on there, and he's loading his version of his operating environment, basically. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And by the way, it's pronounced Sinden, not Sinden. So I said that backwards on purpose.
I was like, wait, you wicked confused me. I was like, I've been saying it. I said it right? I didn't say Sinden.
I think you said Sinden, but maybe people are messing with you right now.
I think they are, because I made it. I've seriously sat there for a week once and just said it randomly at random just to make sure. So this is an interesting comment, actually. So I don't know that we know this for certain, but it's an interesting comment. He said there are less than 2,000 iArcade users presently. I have no idea. Maybe he's disclosed that on his stream. I don't know.
Maybe.
So I don't know where
I
you
think
get
he sold
the 2,000 from.
1,400 through the Kickstarter. I would assume he's sold more than 500 since the Kickstarter.
I would agree with that. And he says, I can see why Zhang is struggling to get better games. There's not incentive currently for anyone to publish a game with him.
Money? Oh, because of the 2,000. I see.
Well, here's where I could see some not wanting to, because I did see there was a post the other day. I can't remember, Bill from Unico. I don't know. I don't remember the context, but someone was trying to help get a title. He couldn't get Unico to get the title, and I can't remember what title it was. And he goes, I hope Zhang has better luck. So I don't know. Maybe, I guess it depends. Like if there's if the level of effort is high for that publisher to put it on a platform, and they look at it as, what are my engineering hours to code this? I can see that being a concern, because if it's going to cost you a lot to do it, then it might not make sense, right? Financially, because they're going to go, all right, well, they may ask Zhang, all right, how many licenses of the game do you typically sell? And he says the number. And they're like, that's not going to be worth it when we think about our engineering level of effort. Call us back when you have a larger user base. That might be that probably does happen from time to time, right?
Sure.
I would maybe.
I mean, there could be, depending on the platform, right? It may be like the iArcade engineers can manage a lot of it, especially if it's just like, hey, we have the emulator, and we just wrap it inside an Android package and hook up the controls. We can do most of the work. I bet that's how Data East goes, because those Gmode guys seem to, I mean, to someone's, I think it was Rainwater's point, like literally everyone can get a Gmode license. I almost want, you and I should literally apply for the license for like Bad Dudes and see if they'll give it to us. We should. We should like, try this is the unit we're going to put it on, right? Yeah, just for fun, we should do it. Right. All right. Where were we ending off? I don't remember. I think that's it. More? Unless you want to talk, we can go back to the original subject real quick. The Arcade1up kind of final thoughts on and all three topics, right? So when it comes to the Arcade1up leak, I think I was excited about it today. I'm so glad that Toycade found the information and published it, because it caused a lot of excitement. I didn't know about it till this morning. I was on the Retro Ralph live stream, and it was mentioned there, and I didn't know about it until there either. Like, we took a look at it, and we were like, is that it? Really? But it got exciting throughout the day. I kept on looking back at it and being like, oh, okay, all right. And then I saw like a lot of content creators creating great content today. So it's a great topic to discuss and get excited about. Makes me get really excited. What's going to happen in the next couple of weeks before E3? Is there going to be more leaks? Are we going to get more official announcements? What's going on? What is Arcade1up thinking today? If that is their E3, imagine like if that's their E3 release and that's their big one, and they're like, cat's out of the bag. And David's like, don't worry, that just the small community knows about it. We still got this big thing to tell everybody else. And then like how their cabinets, like the Buck Hunter's just like basically wide open at this point, right? And if that technology, I'm sure that technology can run on, the concept of that hack is like fluid through all their all-winner devices. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys ever saw this, but this is also a Big Blue cabinet, also a Capcom game. That ain't blue. Well, it's it is the Big Blue, but it was like there was the same cabinet design. It's just except the cabinet was black, and they put the Punisher in it. So when the Punisher was also available in that same cabinet style. There was one other game, I think. But then, of course, arcade owners do goofy stuff, and they'll put things in different cabinets too, just to keep some breathe new life into it. But I believe, I'm trying to think of what other games were in there. Now, the funny thing is it'd be cool if the Punisher was on it. Actually, it'd be really neat if they did put the Punisher on it. If they packed more Capcom goodness into it, like imagine if they gave you this cabinet, but they weaved in like Aliens versus Predator and more Capcom games you want. That could be kind of cool. Like if you took all the games from like the Capcom home arcade stick and put it on this, I think people would be pretty happy actually. Yeah. But we don't know. It might not be. Now, Mike Hertz. I'm just going to call him Mike Hertz. He makes a good point. Let's talk about that just for a second. So what is the difference between the leak of Toycade posted this week and the one Patrick posted last week? Is one more legit than the other? Can we talk about Simpsons Bowling or whether you like it? So the difference is Right away in Toycade's video,
Hey.
he said that everything that he found was publicly accessible and available online. Right? It's almost like this information is freely obtainable to anyone that knows how to find it. I'm guessing it's from some filing, right? Whereas some of the other information that was leaked were, supposedly leaked.
Wait, what?
I'm like trying to figure out how to phrase it. There's no good way to say it. Basically, you tell me, Ralph, what is the difference between Toycade's leak and the leak that P-Dubs and Patrick made for the cabinet we're not supposed to talk about?
All right, I'm going to try to define the difference. So
this is that part in The Office, and he's like, tell us the difference between these two pictures. And I'm like, oh, they're the same.
Okay, here's the thing. It looks like you can tell in the pictures of the other one that there was things on the side of it. Like it was part of a document. You know what I mean? That was probably more of an official document. So one was part of like an official Arcade1up document. This one looks weird because it's like the cabinet on a white background. You know what I mean? Like it clearly didn't look like someone took a pic. Is that not a good? Am I not? I mean, that's the best way I can describe it.
It is the difference, I guess. That is the difference. One was leaked from an internal retailer that
one looks like it was
retracted
leaked from a
and said
retailer.
it wasn't supposed to be leaked, and then Arcade1up was upset. And
but then
there's
it begs
nothing.
The question:
there's nothing that Arcade1up
from. Where did this come from? That I want to know. That's what's interesting.
Well, I can tell you, the leaker immediately responded to me and said, "Wasn't me. Toycade's thing was not me."
No. All right. Well,
if there really was a leaker, I'm not confirming or denying.
What if the reason why this one wasn't in the other collection of leaks is because this is Arcade1up Direct? And somehow it got leaked out of Arcade1up Direct. That makes sense. Plus, this is going to be a taller cabinet. It has the extra panel. Maybe this one ships direct. Maybe this doesn't go to this doesn't go out to like Walmart and stuff like that.
Oh, I see.
Maybe it's not in the buyer's guide.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
You know where Toycade probably got it? What you're saying? It's from the website. That's happened before.
Well, I know
because he lives in Australia, you know. So he's like up at 3 o'clock at our time, 3 o'clock in the morning, right? And that's when the developers are like testing things on the website or whatever. And then like they leaked it just, accidentally. And he's like, found it, pulled it, legit, can't stop me. It was public on the internet. Your fault.
All right, I'm going to tell you guys something because this is so crazy. So there was a time, and we didn't share any of it, but there was a time where a certain company's website that we all talk about frequently had literally all of their products posted, all of their new products posted.
Yeah.
And they basically put their whole entire roadmap live on their website, didn't know it was live, and you couldn't really get to it. I'm not going to disclose anything that I shouldn't, Justin. Don't worry. I can see you getting nervous over there.
No, I'm good.
They didn't. I know, but I feel like sometimes you get nervous when I start going down this path. They didn't know it was live, but you could find it. And it was interesting because after that happened, I don't know if Toycade just literally just goes and crawls all this, because we saw it and didn't say anything about it. We saw all of it. Mm-hmm. And we took it with a grain of salt because it was stuff that looked like there was no way that they could get the licenses for it and whatnot. But so
and
this
it was
stuff
clear,
does happen.
and some of it was like clearly like, what would you call it? Had titles that were like draft AB13, like, so it was like never intended to be public, and they conflicted with each other. So it was like it was internal information that we shouldn't have known about.
If this YouTube issue keeps up, we're gonna have like 0 viewers.
It's
we
so
went from
great,
like
dude.
200 to
we
10.
have to keep streaming. We have to keep streaming because we've never done it. We've never done it where, dude, I tried this the other day where I was doing a really long live stream and I was trying to get everyone to leave, but no one would leave.
Well, they're gonna leave because
And
they can't watch.
See, John's like, I won't leave. See? We're down to 8. If we get down to 1, that's it. We got to kill the stream.
We're not leaving till you're all gone, and it's probably gonna happen.
It's kind of fun. We're like, what did we say? Oh my God, we only have 8 viewers right now, man. We must
Actually,
have said
I'm having-
something really mean.
I'm having problems just getting to like YouTube in general. Oh yeah, we only have 11 people watching right now.
Dude,
Yeah.
we're losers. No.
Alright.
To
Yeah,
go
man.
from 150 to
Yeah,
like
that's
10
pretty cool. It
felt
just
pretty
cratered
bad.
down. This is gonna be fun to see in the analytics. I'm still Complete Geek TV. Thanks, baby. He's
Yeah,
still in there. He's
you're
like, I'm still in there.
Hit a 1 in the chat. We want to know who our real friends are.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, look, we'll watch you even if you're buffering. So, but it's not really buffering.
No, it's not
All right.
buffering because, yeah, Ralph is just dumb.
Okay. By the way, go check out Complete Geek TV. Very, very good YouTube channel. And also their quality is amazing. They have like a little studio set up. It's pretty awesome. Let's go check them out. All right.
I think I said we're 45 minutes. We said we're only going to do a 30-minute stream.
30. Do you know what I was doing before this stream?
Not coming to the room fast enough.
I was dyeing Kim's hair.
Whoa. She go blonde?
It's ultimate trust. No, she always hates that when she goes to get it done, it's never dark enough. So I was just doing that. But
She just wants it pitch black, huh?
she likes it black with like a blue, like not blue, like, you know, it's like very subtle blue tint.
Not like
to it.
blue, like some dumb blue-haired person, but
Not blue like not
What do
blue
you
like the
mean?
big not blue like the big
Not-
blue arcade.
Not the big
It's
blue
like
arcade.
yeah, that's what I mean. Not the blue like the big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
By the way,
I'm
there was someone
just
in
messing
here
with you.
earlier named John D.
Yeah, I banned them.
Oh, okay. Imagine if it was the real John D that you.
He would
banned.
message me, "Did you just block me?" And I'd be like, "Oh, it really is you. Let me unblock you."
Well, I haven't talked to him in like 2 months now, so
Yeah.
he's so MIA that.
Yeah.
He's ultimate MIA. Don says, "I feel so alone in the here in the void." I know, right? There's like no one in here. Ralph broke the internet after all. I know. Seriously.
All right. I think that's all the time we have for today, right? So we'll see you when? When are we going to see you? Never, because YouTube is done. YouTube is crashing. And if this video even makes it to the replay, I'll be surprised.
Oh, dude, I may have to. My daughter graduates on Friday from high school, so
Ta-da,
there's a
this was
potential
our
that-
weekly show.
Yeah, so there's a slight chance we have to do it actually on a Sunday. If I can convince, we might be able to just do a Sunday show this Sunday.
So you're going to stream the same time as me?
What do you mean?
How
no,
dare
like,
you, Ralph, stream the same time as me?
What if you're like, welcome back to another home arcade podcast, and you're like, and welcome back to the 1UP Weekly. You're like, we're just gonna do both shows,
Dude, you know what I'm going to do? I thought about this the other day. Like, I'm going to stream on my channel by myself. I think I can do it. I'm going to try it right now. I'm going to try it right now. I'm going to stream. I'm going to be on 1UP Weekly, but I'm going to be solo on my own channel at the same time.
What do you mean?
You'll find out.
Oh, you're gonna like remove me, but it would remove me there.
No.
That doesn't make sense. I don't even know what you're saying. You're
Okay,
just
I'm
saying-
doing it
you're
right now.
talking- You're talking something.
So I'm creating a broadcast.
Oh, thanks, Chad. I know, man. I didn't think she'd graduate, but she did it. She did it, man.
Yeah.
She did it. She's actually going to college too. It's awesome. So I was very proud of her. Actually,
guys
it's
ready?
pretty cool. Yeah. What?
Hey guys, welcome back, and we're live here on Console Kits. Now it's crazy. If you jump over to the 1UP Weekly, we did this video that's like called. What is it called? It's the one with the picture of the big blue, right? So it's a big. I'll put a link in the description. So if you jump to about 48 minutes into that video, you're gonna see the same thing, but you're gonna see Ralph too. It's gonna be weird. So right now we're streaming in 2 places, but it's weird. We're streaming 2 shows at the same time. So hey guys, welcome back. My name is Justin. If you're new here, hit like, hit subscribe. This is yet another Home Arcade podcast. And that's right, Bob, thank you so much for jumping over to yet another Home Arcade podcast. We got Neo Severa, we got Michael, we got Brandon saying it's
I'm
just...
so confused.
He's saying it's buffering over here too. This is crazy. How is it possible? So check this out. If you're here in the stream, why don't you go, if you really want to burden YouTube with their system, take 2 phones, go to Console Kits and make sure you're streaming there. Then come to 1UP Weekly and you'll hear 2 of me. It'll be crazy. It'd be crazy. And anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out here on Console Kits. Come on over to 1UP Weekly. Well, we'll be continuing this conversation, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
What did
All
you
right,
just
Ralph.
do?
Hey, how's it going? I'm back. I just
What
did a
did you
show
just
real quick.
do?
I just did a show on real quick. I did a show on Console Kits. I wanted to say hi to everybody, you know, and then I came back over here.
Oh, all right, that's weird. Okay, so, all right. Well, we got 9 people left, so
That's crazy. I had
hanging by
65
a
people
thread.
on Console Kits like that. That's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, no one likes us together. All right,
No.
if I wonder,
Actually, most of the comments are, "I hate you by yourself. You're better with Ralph."
No, I don't think that's the case. I think they think they like us together. I was just joking. So
Jamie says the 1UP Weekly is just too much bandwidth for YouTube.
You know, there was 90. So far, there was 96,000 really upset people that went to Down Detector and said YouTube is down. That's a lot of people to say that YouTube is down. 96,000. Yeah. All 96,000 huge 1UP Weekly fans. They're like, we only watch never. All right. So I guess we're done. But
Yeah,
that
I
was
think
good.
we're done.
So, by the way, if YouTube is saying you can upload a video, you just can't watch anything. But what's the point? If you can upload a video but you can't watch it, that's silliness.
Everybody's watching this on the replay. Comment down below if you made it this far in the video and you're watching on the replay, and be like, we watched it on the replay, and let us know with that stream quality. If it was they're like, what are you guys talking about? The horrible stream quality looks perfect for me.
Yeah, everyone in the replays gonna be like, I don't
Hey,
know what these
guys.
guys were talking about.
Hey guys, you know what time it is?
It's Final Thoughts time.
It's Final Thoughts time. So what did we learn, Ralph?
We learned that we showed you something that may or may not exist. Big Blue could be real or it could be fake. We don't even really know. But, Justin, do you lean towards real or do you lean towards fake? Go.
Today we learned that
You're supposed to
There's-
answer my question.
no, we just always talk about what we learned.
Okay.
Today we learned that Ralph can't come on the stream without being late. Today we learned that Ralph is got too much weight.
What?
I don't know what I'm
What does that even
saying. There's only 9 people watching me. It's like I'm doing a music stream. That's okay. 'Cause I got my iiRcade.
What's the point continuing streaming when no one can see? He can always. All right, we also learned that there are 3 Big Blue cabinets. And one of them, I don't know. We didn't learn anything.
Don't
We didn't
don't pay the ransom money.
we didn't pay it. Wait, what? Oh yeah, we didn't learn anything. All right, I gotta go. You gotta go. I gotta go. And
Today we learned the Arcade1up has been hacked 7 different ways. And now
Okay.
you can get your ROMs on some crazy website and sideload them today. You can play Duck Hunt with sending light guns. But don't tell Ralph where you get those ROMs, 'cause he won't listen anyway. And I'm really bad at writing things on the fly. Okay, that's all right. We'll see you guys on. Like, the Ralph's like,
I'm just waiting for you to end the show.
No. This is my impression of Ralph. No. 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 Okay, check this out. We're gonna switch, guys. We're gonna switch. Okay, you're Console Kids, and I'm Retro Ralph. Hey guys, it's Final Thoughts time. Today we learned. Oh, let me turn on my Final Thoughts music. Hold on. Hey guys, it's Final Thoughts time.
That is such a bad impression.
It's really, I'm like overdoing it on purpose. Let me try to actually do it. Hold on.
Hey guys, it's Final Thoughts time.
Hey guys, it's Final Thoughts time. Hey guys, it's Final Thoughts time.
You do it weird at the end. Hey guys,
Hey
it's Final
guys,
Thoughts time.
It's Final Thoughts time.
No. Yeah.
Okay, you do me.
I don't know how. I don't. I have to. I can only do it when I watch it. When I watch it first.
Let me help you. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about blah 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 blah. Something like that.
All right. Hey guys, welcome back to another Home Arcade podcast. Today we're going to talk about the Uplay Arcade. They have these new restrictor gates which you put over the control panel, and it can make an 8-way, 4-way, and it's super easy. I can't wait. Let's get started. I just made myself nostalgia at the end, and let's get started.
And let's get started.
Sorry. On the next one. Never mind. Sorry. I don't know why I said let's get started. You don't say that.
I don't say that.
It's funny how everyone has their own thing, though. The Nostalgia has a let's get started. Let's see. Detroit Love has... Although I think we made Detroit Love's different than it is. It's not... It's your boy, Detroit Love. So he does the It's Your Boy, Detroit Love.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So...
Does Unqualified Critic have a tagline? I don't think he does. I think he might be the one... I don't think he has a tagline.
Yeah. And then P-Dubs and a couple other people have the thanks for tuning in to the P-Dubs Arcade Loft, and we're gonna be talking about right after this. So he's got the right after this. Who else does the right after this? There's a few people that do right after this.
Shoot. I know him
Oh
too.
yeah. I can't remember his name.
I actually like comment on his lately he's been totally crushing it on his, and he got to 100K subscribers too.
Really?
He's like huge. He's huge now.
And then there's Mad Little Pixel while you're looking for that. Welcome back, guys.
Yeah, welcome back, guys. Thumb butts. And then
You can do
ETA
it.
Prime says the same thing.
He says welcome back, guys. Thumb butts.
No. He says hey Gat. No wait. Where does it go?
It's ETA Prime here.
No, wait, what?
Hey guys. It's
ETA Prime here. Back once again. Right? It's back once again? Yeah. So he does that.
Yeah, that's right. Because you would do ETA Detroit Love. It's hey guys. Wait, that's Retro Ralph. No, you would say, hey guys,
have you ever...
it's ETA Prime. Back with another video.
You know what's awesome? I was watching some of my old stuff just to kind of like see certain things that I used to do. And I used to say see you on the next one, but it was like just normal. I don't know where it became. I used to go and we'll see you on the next one.
I can tell you what it is because I started making fun of you.
It was? Because how did it
you
go from that to
on the next one?
When did it go from that to like
and then
see
it
you
just kept
on
it
the
just
next one?
kept, I think you did like a live copy talk the first time you went, oh, the next one, oh, the next one, oh, the next one.
I'm trying to think. Oh, whoa.
But you know who can do the best retro, Ralph?
Who?
Stringer Films.
Oh, he does.
I'm still picking, guys. I'm still picking, guys.
He does it actually really good. He does it really good.
Really good.
Oh, by the way, I want to give, since we're still here and I got to go in a minute, good news on the At Games Legends pinball front. I don't even know if I talked to you. Did I?
I saw your tweets. And
so,
you're joining the embargo program now. You're best friends with PK now, right? All of that.
No. So.
And somehow, even though we're streaming with 0 people, we got a super chat. You can't even hear us thank him.
Thanks, Chad. Buck Hunter House of the Dead crossover with Zombie Deer. Right after this. Yeah. Right after this. I can't remember who does the right after this because it's not. Anyway, I can't remember. Thanks, Chad, buddy. Appreciate that. What was I saying?
Mm-hmm.
So At Games, they're sending me a replacement playfield. So it's gonna be a brand new one. They're even going to jump on Zoom with me, make sure everything goes smooth. They gave me a FedEx shipping label to bring the other one back. Then the problem is I gotta move it, but whatever. That's not a huge.
That's what you get
deal.
for being a celebrity YouTuber.
No,
White
they
glove
put me
service.
They put me right through the system everyone else goes through, so it wasn't celebrity YouTuber.
They Zoom with just anybody? That's actually
he
pretty
said
cool.
I'll Zoom. Well, because you have to reconnect things. I mean, I'm sure I can do it just fine, but so I guess their outage recovered or something. I don't know.
Well, that's great. We don't have any content anymore.
Yeah, no, we're done.
Oh,
Okay.
Ralph's all like, no, I gotta be first.
Alan says, thanks for the super chat, buddies. He says, are we back up live now? Seems like chat is not in sync with the video.
What?
Oh, that's crazy. That's weird.
Yeah.
YouTube. Thanks, Alan. Appreciate that. YouTuber privilege. Nice. That's funny. At Games A+++. I will say the support was been pretty good. Like, I've never had that major of an issue with an Arcade1up to know if they would handle it the same way. But I do wonder if you had a problem with the pinball, do they have parts for the pinball? I'm guessing even At Games doesn't because they're shipping me the whole thing. You know what I mean? I think it's very, like, they have very limited, and I think shipping the whole thing is probably more of an effect of they don't have the parts. Could be wrong. But, like, it seems like it would make more sense to just ship a screen. But then there's more room for failure, right? Like, things you have to disconnect and reconnect. So maybe it's just... Either way, it's really cool that they did that.
All right, so we hit the 1 hour. Thank you guys so much for hanging out there. We're going to do you a favor. We're going to stop streaming now so you can start over, and the content that we made prior to this, I think was all right. Up to about 45 minutes, then you guys can just leave. 45 minutes, it's just goofball stuff. You don't even need to stay. If you're watching me right now on the replay, comment down below with a, I made it this far, Justin, and I will give you as many hearts as possible. That's it, and that's all. We'll see you guys on
the next one. The next one. The next one. Did you shut it off?
No.
Oh, I'm
I
waiting
see you
for you to
guys.
shut it off.